We're really excited to welcome healthcare professionals from over 17 countries to the second Philips Avent Scientific Symposium. With this platform, we want to discuss the latest scientific thinking around feeding and sleep in the first 1,000 days so that we can really understand how we can better impact the health of babies.
For us, it's important to get a more equal or harmonized standard for newborn health, and such events help to spread the message about the importance of bringing the newest science into practice.
We want to foster that dialogue between the healthcare professionals and cultural differences and geographical differences so that they can learn and take that back to the care of the babies and parents.
Breastfeeding is about long-term health for our new generation, our offspring.
I'd like mothers and families to know that your baby is learning how to sleep, but there are things that you can do that will be able to enhance how that happens and help that baby's biological rhythms.
There is a lot of variability in newborn and infant sleep, and that it's very important to understand all the intrinsic and extrinsic factors that impact sleep in order to support families.
What we found is that these regulatory problems, like having excessive crying, not sleeping through the night, and having feeding problems, if they co-occur, are related to a higher probability of developing behavioral problems, and we should really do something early on.
Digital healthcare is exploding. The personal health record is key, and that starts with the birth of the child. So if we can capture that data from the moment they're born, support them through the first 1,000 days, then it's going to have a tremendous impact on their long-term health.
The key is going to be interoperability of the digital data systems so that the parents can communicate to me and I can communicate to them without any barriers.
Importance of social determinants of behavior and health in young children, especially the social, cultural, economic, physical environments in which they live in determines greatly also how they will grow and develop.
As doctors, we need to pay attention to how the mothers are experiencing breast milk expression and help them do it in a way that supports breastfeeding.
And we have a lot of different topics, but all actually lead to the same idea. How does sleep and nutrition change or inflict with developments?
The take-home message that I have is that there's no norm for things like crying, feeding, sleep, and that we have to work with parents individually and find solutions that work best for them and their family situation.
The Philips Avent company, as for me, for my daily practice, it's a very progressive company.
Some brilliant speakers from various countries, just talking about subjects that I'm so interested in.
It's really good to hear the current data sort of like hot off the press, and it's definitely data I'm going to take home and share with colleagues and use for our own writing up of science and similar studies.
But the goal is the same, work in benefit of the mothers and child and families.
Partnering up with key academics and scientists also helps us to drive the right insight and meaningful innovations.
Innovation in you, Philips.